Hi guys, it's been a busy transfer deadline day. Let's get some opinions from the fans this afternoon.
It's been decent, I would say. I mean, we've got that craft now over the line, and Andy Carroll making his return back to St James's Park, and I was thinking, oh no, at first because of his injury record, but if the lad can stay fit, I'm willing to give him a chance. I don't think he'll start, but I feel like if Joe Linton's not having a good game or Joe Linton's feeling a bit tired, then he's a one you can bring on.
I'm quite pleased actually. I thought he was great when he was first at Newcastle. He's an impact player now. He's a handful, so I think it's promising. I can't see him starting many games. He carries a lot of injuries, but he can cause defenders a lot of grief.
Excellent deal, great deal for Newcastle. Good Gateshead lad, bit of passion, bit of fire in his belly.
Is he? I don't know, maybe not a last chance saloon signing, but is he someone that knows what it means to play for Newcastle?
Well, definitely, he's got that passion for Newcastle. He's from Gateshead. Okay, it mightn't be the best deal we ever wanted, but Joe Linton's not the real deal yet. He's a good Premier League striker.
He's Premier League proven, isn't he?
Yeah.
Do you remember Andy Carroll being here a few years ago?
I seen his first game here in the Premier League against Aston Villa. He scored a hat-trick here in Newcastle. It was top class, and he just frightens defenders, and Newcastle haven't had players that frighten defenders for a long time.
Murphy, I think that will do him good. He is a talent, and still a talented young lad in my opinion, and I think this loan move will actually do him well in my opinion, to get him just a bit more of that experience. I do feel a little bit sorry for the lad. Why? As I don't think he's been given a big massive chance here at this football club here in my opinion.
Do you think that he can play maybe 15-20 games this season, or are you worried about his injury record, shall we say?
Well, you've got with his track record, you've got to worry. But I think he averages about 15-20 anyway. And even if he comes off the bench, as I say, he's a good impact player. He can cause a bit of disruption.
He can get many goals.
Yeah, I mean, he's good in the air. He's good finisher. Yeah, why not?
What do you like about Andy Carroll?
He's a big presence up front.
Yes, definitely. As I've said before, he's not going to be a starter. At least he might be starters in like cup games, maybe League Cup, FA Cup games, but a one definitely to bring off the bench, I would say.
Do you think he's like a Steve Bruce signing? Because let's be brutally honest, I don't think he's had much say on who's been brought in since he's arrived in the summer. Do you think this is probably one player that he could go, yeah, this is kind of my signing?
I'm unsure of the dynamics, to be honest. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but I mean, one thing you can take from it is, that he's from Newcastle. He'll give his all. So, let's see what happens.
At the moment, it's hard to tell. They're all unproven. All the players that we've signed, at the end of the day, they've still got to prove themselves in the Premier League. It was important that we're strengthened, because if we went into the season with the squad that we had, which left the season, it would have been a bit of a struggle. Especially if Rondon and Perez had left and they weren't replaced.
I don't think any manager at Newcastle is going to have full say. If you get five signatures and you get the say on 2 of them, 3 of them, you haven't done too bad.
How would you rate this transfer window out of 10? If you had to put, obviously, Joe Linton's come in, Carroll's just come in now. We've obviously just got a new right back as well. Is it the minimum required that Mike Ashley and Lee Charnley have done this summer window? 6 or 7?
Yeah.
I think more. I think we needed players to fill the squad, because he'd lost Rondon, Perez, Diame. He needed players. Another midfielder might have just sealed the deal. Danny Drinkwater would have been ideal, but look, you've got 5 players in, can't be too bad.
Shorty, has it been a successful transfer window for Newcastle for players going out and in?
I think it's been very average. I think we should have done some deals a lot earlier if we didn't fanny around too much with the managerial situation. Rafa Benitez leaving the football club, having to get it announced sort of months later, Bruce coming in very late. You could say we could have done better in many ways in terms of bringing players in and getting players out.
If you were to rate this transfer window out of 10, what would you have rated it?
To be honest, nothing happened, has there? I've got to say, I can't. We've done nothing, and there's been nothing massive happening really around the world, really, is there? It's been a quiet one for me.
Benitez was sort of disputing the transfer budget with Mike Ashley and how he runs his business in terms of buying players. Obviously, Rafa Benitez wanted what he wanted, and Ashley wasn't sort of happy about it. Bruce is obviously, I would say, a yes man to Mike Ashley. regardless of what anybody says, and I think Bruce will obviously go with the policy of what Mike Ashley wants at the football club, which is obviously to buy younger players in, discard Andy Carroll, and to obviously sell them on for more later down the line.
Emil Krafth, I think I've pronounced that right, £5 million, Swedish international. He's been capped 20 times for Sweden as well, so he's an experienced player. Do you think he's an upgrade on Yedlin and Mankio?
Unless he's very bad, he must be an upgrade. That's for definite. The other lads give their best. I honestly don't know enough about them, but any lad who's played internationally 20 times, he must have a bit about him.
I like Edwin though. He's fast.
Do you think they'll finish above the relegation zone? Do you think they can go anywhere in the middle of the table, or do you think it's just going to be safety first, basically?
I'd like to aim for mid-table. I don't think we'd be relegated. I think we've got the passion. We've brought some players in. You've got to give Steve Bruce a chance. I know he's taking a bit of stick, but I like to wait and give them the chance. He hasn't even had a game in the Premier League yet with us, so you never know.
I would give it about a 5 out of 10. I'm looking forward to see Joe Linton. I think Saint-Maximin will be a decent one. You could tell with his back pass in the friendly game against St Etienne. That is the two I'm really looking forward to.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10. We could have done a little bit better. There's always room for improvement, but I have to say Saint-Maximin is definitely the one I'm looking forward to. The pace, he scares the living hells out of your defenders, and I think he's got that bit of skill which we missed last season, so that's one I'm looking forward to most.
11th.
Took the words out of my mouth. 11th, yeah.
13th.
And how do you think Steve Bruce is going to go on? Do you think he'll manage the whole season, or do you think he'll... No. Why do you think he'll get sacked before Christmas?
A bit after Christmas, New Year.
No, I think we'll give him a chance. You've got to give him a chance. He didn't do anything wrong. He got offered the job. He's took the job. He's a Newcastle lad. Get behind him, give him a chance.
He's going to be a fan's favourite, because he's all over social media replying back and bit of banter and the Gucci headbands.
Well.
English is great. Is he going to pick up a fan's favourite quite easily?
Definitely, you can see he's doing that straight away on his Twitter. You can see some of the things that he's coming out with, and yeah, the Gucci headband situation, that's pretty, with the Slazenger and all that. But I think he could be something special, if Steve Bruce plays him in the right position, and obviously he goes on to do good things. I think he can do that.